Once upon a time, in a mystical monastery high in the mountains, there lived a group of monks who dedicated their lives to wisdom and enlightenment. They followed the wise teachings of their master, who always said, "Be afraid only of standing still." Among the devoted monks was a young man named Kai. He had spent most of his life at the monastery and he strived to be a good monk. But Kai was restless and always yearned for more knowledge. One day, as part of their daily routine, the master called all of the monks together and began reciting the wise teachings. "Remember," he said to them solemnly, "be afraid only of standing still, for it is the only thing that can truly hold you back in life." These words deeply touched Kai and made him reflect on his own life. After the meeting, Kai approached the master and asked, "But master, how can we keep moving forward if we are like trees tightly rooted in this place?" The master looked deep into Kai's eyes before giving him a reply. To be attached to motion, just like being attached to standing still, is a trap that tangles your feet. Sometimes it's better to be open and just go forward to free oneself from worries about getting anywhere. "This is the way of transcendence," he said. From that day on, Kai decided to go on a trip to find the answer to those questions. He was ready to use the wisdom he had learned. He wandered the roads until he saw a barren and hollow tree. Kai was surprised by what he saw. The tree's trunk was almost gone and the inside was hollowed out. Even though the tree lacked most of its essential parts, its buds had already blossomed and new lives had started to grow. This reminded him of the master's words. It was about allowing the outside world connect with the deep inside. Kai went back to the monastery. The monks welcomed him home, and with that, the master asked where Kai had been. He began to tell the story of his travels and he asked him how the journey had gone. "The old tree taught me something," he said to the master. "I saw that the inner parts of a tree can dry and carve while the seeds can give new life to the tree. That inspired me to think outside," and then Kai set out towards toolmaking. And so each time Kai, using his newly discovered mindfulness, observed nature as a wise teacher. Endless inspiration was drawn from beautiful, interesting, and complex nature. Juni decides to learn with the thought that nature is in itself full of teachings, and he is constantly learning from nature. Like a pilgrim looking for inner peace, Kai has brought serenity to many others, including himself. It was precisely because he learned to evolve by the example of nature that he became a powerful leader when he returned to the monastery. The message of the master was that man is meant to be dynamic in the world like nature is. And if this balance can be accomplished, then inner unity is achieved and man has found peace. The goal of all effort to rise above human limitations is liberation and enlightenment.